Hello.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, Dave. How are you?
Um,
Good, how are you?
Good,
yeah.
good. Welcome back to the First Reviews podcast. Today, we'll be talking about a film titled Sometimes I Think About Dying. And I have two very special guests with me, Rachel and Dave, who directed and acted in the film. And I wanted to start it off by honoring one of my favorite scenes in the movie by going around and introducing ourselves and mentioning our favorite food. Uh, m-
Did you go first?
my name is Stefano Bove, and I love burgers.
Nice.
Oh, we have to do it now.
Yeah, Dave, do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dave. Yeah.
so my name is Dave, and I love pasta very
Ooh,
much.
What
great
kind of
pasta.
pasta? Is there
Rachel?
like a specific kind, like
Oh yeah, penne. That's penne,
Penne,
but no
penne.
meat. No
penne
penne,
no meat? You like a tomato sauce or a cream based?
Ooh.
tomato sauce, tomato sauce,
Yeah, yeah.
or rigatoni. I, I might have offended people.
No, no, no.
A
Nothing like
rigatoni.
Yeah, like Italian.
Oh man. My name is Rachel, and my favorite food. Man, I gotta say, I love like warm pancakes with butter and maple syrup.
Mm, yeah, that sounds good.
I had that yesterday, and I swear to God, I like went to heaven. I was just like, woo!
Wonderful, wonderful.
Because I'm a trucker.
That's hilarious.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to talk about this film. It's about a socially awkward office worker named Fran, plays by Daisy Ridley, who spends most of her time isolated, daydreaming. Things kind of change when a new employee comes into the office. Yourself, Dave, you play Robert. Can you talk a little bit about that dynamic when playing that happy-go-lucky employee? That friendly new employee that's so happy to be at the office.
Um, yeah, I mean, I've been a go-lucky, happy person before, and I'm trying to remember. It's been pretty long, but I mean, any kind of like job, I feel like when you get there and you don't, you want to connect with people. I mean, I think this character desperately wanted, not desperate, but he wanted to make connections. So he was actively being silly and goofy and joking around. And I think, I've been in a situation where you see that one person, who's like I not with the group, and there's a sense of attraction you have because they're different from everyone else. Like everyone else is playing the game, this person is not. So I think that piqued my character's interest, and like I want to get to know, cottage cheese. She's not saying much. I was like, this is the person I want to talk to. Everyone else. So I think that real. I've had real experiences like that in real life, and I think that's the motive and the examples I use to kind of tap into that situation.
Okay. Yeah. What was it about the script when both of you first heard about reading the script that interested you to jump on board with this project?
Well, there was a lot of things about it. I say a lot that it was written uh the play the writers of the script were playwrights, or they began in the theater before moving into cinema. So did I, and I felt the script was written with a similar um I mean, it had complete specificity of character and intent. Like I could interpret that document, but it also had a lot of space for invention. It was such an invitation of a script because it seemed they were interested in me having something to say about what they wrote and having my own creative interpretation of what they wrote. And that was really exciting. Because it sort of signaled, okay, this is going to be a collaborative experience. You can just tell. Um, I also just really loved that the script was focused so much through the point of view of Fran. So meaning it was a deeply subjective film. So from a technical standpoint, that's exciting, and also from like a character study, it's exciting. But her focus is trained on things like the details of a day, making coffee, small talk, the things we touch, the things that we listen to, the rooms we're sitting in. that kind of attention to those passive or often passive details in a day, and using that attention to those details, at least in my interpretation, as a way of measuring her progress. And I was sent the script at the end of 2020 in November. So vaccines hadn't even come out yet for COVID. And I had spent months, like everybody else, really reckoning with my relationship to the minutia of a day, moving from a place of feeling trapped to how can I find life and celebration in those details? And I thought the script was doing that. So I thought that was really exciting.
Oh, wonderful. And yourself, Dave?
I mean, I read it twice within maybe like 3 days. Wanting to work with Daisy Ridley, obviously, was very intriguing. And then I just thought it was like a beautiful story. This person, I could see myself in Fran and Robert, but a lot of the stuff more in Fran. Like I do like stand-up comedy, but like I think people think comedians are always, happy, or they want to be, in the mix and loud and whatever stereotypes they have on it. But I think sometimes they want to be reserved, and it's hard. I truly believe it's like it's hard to sometimes, like, to be vulnerable. It's hard to connect. And I think this character showed a lot of it, or she probably didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? She was like, this, I live in this world. I want to be like this. And it was just an interesting, it felt like an interesting thing to be a part of and to try to tackle.
Okay.
Like thing wise as well, like not a difficulty, but like, a very creative process, I felt.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Dave, did you have any room for improvising the script with those like very mundane office conversations?
That was Rachel. Rachel allowed us and gave us a space, like, to play, gave us a space to get to know each other and, develop these relationships. And I think through that safety and that environment that you got loose. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't second guess, like if an instinct came, you weren't afraid to like share it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't worried that the director is going to be like, what are you doing? So it was this beautiful, playground for like these creatives that came from like acting background, sketch, improv, stand up to play. And I think create like a truly real environment. Like, when people watch it, they're like, this is real. It's not like put on. It's like, yeah, that's why they connect to the office stuff. They're like, yo, I do that stuff too. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I think it was like, I give that to Rachel. That ending made sense.
Well, that's very sweet, even though you're the one who did it. It's not like I was over there being like, staple color? What's that? That's not me, that's you.
But you created it, the environment.
Yeah, that's right. I'll take all the credit, all of it. I'm kidding. I'll take none of it. I literally was just like, here's a room.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
Which was very fun. It was like very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time. Oh man, we laughed so hard. It was great.
Rachel, some of my favorite moments in the film were just your different shots, your different camera angles, your close-up shots on Fran's face, but also your long shots. How much room was there for for interpreting these scenes for yourself?
Very alive looking to me. I guess it's so subjective. I was really I work very closely with my DP, Dustin. We've known each other for a very long time. And he comes from a world of filmmaking that I started in Nashville, Tennessee. And he and I are obviously we're drawn to cinematic language and visual grammar, but when it comes to setting the look, when it comes to those questions of palette, I'm very sensitive to color. So is he. When it comes to those questions of compositional integrity and meaning, we look more to like high art inspirations, like our white. We like true white, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
White balancing is something that's more creamy, and that's more high art. We looked a lot at Gregory Crutzen for some of those whites, compositions for her dreams. There was there's a photographer, I forget her first name, Dahlberg, and she had a book called Billable Hours, And that's where we got a lot of the inspiration for the fragmentation, particularly in The Office.
Okay.
You know, and then also, I don't know, I'm very drawn to fragmentation and compositions anyway, so I think it was like an easy, natural space for us to play within. You know, we pay a lot of attention to that space of photography. And that definitely infuses the way that we compose and the way that we build our grammar and build our shot lists. And we shoot very economically. I don't do traditional coverage really. You know, for instance, I even remember when we were tech scouting the movie theater, Dustin was, you know, quite rightly, I could tell he was nervous about something. I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know if we can do cross coverage for the conversation that they have inside the movie theater with how that back wall looks." And I said, "Oh, why would we need to do that?" And it started to occur to him, "Oh, that's right." And I was like, "We could just do it in three, right? We have this entrance shot, and we could have this here, and then the only close fragment, the only close piece we need is Fran and her thinking. And if we frame it right, I bet we could get that doorway to the cinema, right? Do you think?" And then we could, it was because, you know, I'm sure through his own experiences and mine, we are used to being pushed into the more traditional grammar. So it was sort of fun for us both, I think, to go, "Oh, that's right, we can do the language we like. That's right, we don't have to worry about cross coveraging just because we're supposed to. That's right. Oh, right. That's not our taste." So it was really fun for us, I think, to, at least for me, I can't speak for Dustin, but for me, it was one of the more liberating, it was the most liberating creative experience I've had in terms of visual grammar in my life.
Thank you so much, Rachel and Dave. This has been wonderful talking to you, and I loved your film and can't wait for everyone to check it out. Sometimes I think about dying. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.